It was crazy. Hardest time of my life. The hardest time of my life. What is your biggest insecurity? How did you and your husband meet? I know, I just said that out loud. Why did you and your husband move across the country? I think that's funny. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a long overdue Q&A. I've been saying that I've been gonna do like a Q&A for so long, it seems like, and it just hasn't happened. So I apologize about that, but today I am answering your guys' questions. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do, as that is where I always ask the questions. I'm going to try to answer all of these. There is some really good questions in here, and I just kind of skimmed over some of them, and then there's also a few that might take me some time to answer. So I have a water, I have my iced coffee, it's like my favorite drink, and I have your guys' questions. So let's get on into it. The first question is, what is your biggest insecurity? Now, I think my biggest insecurity would probably be my cellulite, which is like kind of ridiculous if you think about it, because so many people have cellulite. When I was younger, I used to be really self-conscious about like my stretch marks and stuff like that, and then I just like got over it, and I was like, if you don't like it, then don't look at me. And I'm not that way with my cellulite, even though like, again, everyone has it. I just can't seem to get over it. My cellulite is definitely my #1 insecurity ever, and I don't think that that'll ever change. But the great thing that I like is the fact that even though I'm like insecure about it, like you can point it out, you can laugh at me, mock me, like whatever, and I just don't care. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next. If you could pick one holiday to never celebrate again, what would it be? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Probably Halloween. Yeah, I would say Halloween. It's like not that big of a deal to me. Like I've never, I mean, I like dressing up, I like getting my kids dressed up, but like I don't ever dress up as well. Like we don't do like the huge family dress up type of thing. I could honestly live without Halloween. Don't hate me for that, oh my God. So I got asked this a few times by numerous people, is how did you and your husband meet? So my husband and I, his name is Aaron, if you don't know. So we met through mutual friends. So that's long story short. But with that being said, what happened was I was fresh out of high school and I moved in with a guy. He was like a brother to me. He was really awesome. And what happened with that is his girlfriend and him ended up breaking up. He had signed a lease. He needed someone to move in with him. I was like, yes, I would totally move in with you because I'm fresh out of high school and I want to get out of my parents' house, So moved in with him. And so he was friends with my neighbor, our neighbor. And so they would hang out all the time. And then one time he invited me over after work. I was working in a bar. So he invited me over, and I went over and Aaron was there, my husband. And so that was like the first time we had officially met. And then I was always like intrigued by him because he was always very like, I don't know, I feel like I'm really good at reading people, and I'm really good at like getting to know people and stuff. And he was just kind of like a, not like a closed door, but like mysterious, I guess is the right word. And it's because he was like super shy. But anyway, so we met through the mutual friends. Long story short, what happened was, it's actually very tragic. My roommate had passed away in a car accident. So very tragic accident. There was 5 people in the vehicle, and 3 of them died and 2 of them survived. So really sad. And so I had a roommate, and she moved in with me like obviously shortly after that, and then I ended up kicking her out due to, you know, personal reasons and stuff like that. We're still friends, it's okay. But I just wasn't okay with some of the things that was happening, so I kicked her out and I needed a roommate. And after 6 months of knowing Aaron, he actually moved in with me, and I'll never forget my mom. She was like, what are you doing? And I was like, Mom, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, I hate him. I can kick him out, right? Like, that was my mentality. I want to be young again. Okay. That's how we met. And if you're wondering, I made the first move. Okay. Do you want more kids? So, I don't know. I'm not a no and I'm not a yes. Aaron does. Aaron wants a third. I struggled a lot, which leads me, I did get asked, this isn't the next question, but I did get asked about my postpartum depression because I have talked about that very, very briefly before, but I really struggled after having Adeline with postpartum depression. It was a very, very hard, dark time in my life. And in fact, it was probably the hardest year of my entire life was this past year when Adeline was born for numerous reasons. So struggling with postpartum depression, I'm very nervous to have another baby. I'm like worried to go through that again. And that really scares me. And I'm not scared of a whole lot, but that really scares me. So that's part of the reason why I'm super hesitant. And at the same time, I would love so much to have another baby. But I also had 2 C-sections, so it's a little bit trickier for me. I can't just go like popping babies out left, right, and center. So I need to speak to a doctor before I will fully commit to having another baby, but my husband totally wants another one. Okay. Have you always had a passion for makeup and beauty? I wouldn't say I've always had a passion for makeup and beauty, but I've always been like intrigued by the beauty and fashion industry. And that is because I have 3 older sisters and 2 of them are like super into beauty and fashion, and like they just like know everything that's on trend and whatever. I can go to them for like anything. So I've always been intrigued by it, but my other sister and I were always like the tomboys. I mean, I'm highly competitive. I love sports, but I do like to get ready. I like to get ready, have fun, go out, that sort of thing. I love fashion, but I'm not like a fashionista by any means. Maybe one day I will be, but like I'm in a Christmas jammy shirt and shorts, so don't come to me for fashion advice. Anyway, current show I'm watching. So I am currently Aaron and I are watching together. Oh man, what is it called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of what it's called. It's on Amazon Prime. What is it called? Oh man, I'm gonna have to like get that in here because I am totally having a brain fart and I have no idea what the frick it's called. I just finished watching How to Get Away with Murder. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. If you haven't watched it, you need to. But I'm actually looking for a show. So if you know of any shows to watch solo without your man, let me know in the comments. I like comedies. I like chick flicks. I'm pretty easy when it comes to shows, not gonna lie. I binge watch them. I just don't want anything scary because when Aaron's working nights, I will die. Dream vacation spot. So, oh wow. I know like the typical Bora Bora would obviously be like amazing. Like I would love to go to Bora Bora. Yeah, I would love to go to Bora Bora. Like go to the little huts. But you know, I do envision traveling the world. I would love to go to Europe. And I'd also love to go to Australia. I'd love to go to a lot of places really. I don't know if I necessarily, I guess Bora Bora because it's like insanely expensive. That would be like my dream. My favorite place to go is Florida though, for sure. Favorite Starbucks drink. I don't really like Starbucks. I know, I just said that out loud. Starbucks is not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. I prefer Tim Hortons because I just love ice caps, like love ice caps. But when I go to Starbucks, I do get a vanilla bean frappuccino. I like sweet drinks and Starbucks to me just isn't very sweet, so that's partially why. And then I also got asked about a drink, about the pumpkin spice ice cap or something. So I don't know where that question went, but I remember seeing it, if I had tried the pumpkin spice ice cap because I'm like an ice cup god. No, I have not because I don't like pumpkin spice. I'm super weird. I like pumpkins, but not pumpkin spice. I like ketchup, but not tomatoes. I like super weird shit. Why did you and your husband move across the country? So that is like a can of worms here. Not really. Okay, so my husband and I had thought about for years about moving across the country to Ontario. So my husband is originally from Ontario. I'm from Saskatchewan. So we moved across the country. Long story short, he was laid off from his job. He was working in the oil field as a field specialist, and he was laid off from his job in December 2018, I want to say. And yeah, I mean, we knew it was coming. He was the last guy out of like 20 some guys. What do you do? It's the oil field. I mean, yeah, it sucks. We knew it was going to happen, but we didn't really know when. So basically they closed the entire shop down and he was laid off. So he took some time off to figure out what he wanted to do. And he decided that he wanted to go back to school. So he wanted to go back to school so that he could eventually be at home with our kids more. Being in the oil field, he was gone a lot. Like, he would work away from town. He would spend nights in camps. Like, I'm talking like BC. He would go to Manitoba. Like, it was never, I'm from Canada if you can't tell. It was never, well, I shouldn't say never, but when things were busy, it was busy. And he did have a really good schedule, but he knew that if he continued with the oil field, he wouldn't be able to be home with our kids as much. And that was not very appealing to him, as he's a very family-oriented guy. There's sirens. I hate when there's sirens. Just gives me like a very uneasy feeling. Anyway, so yeah, he decided to go back to school. And so for a long time, I was like, I don't know, 6 months pregnant. And for a long time, we didn't know if we would have to live apart or not. So we do actually, that's my dog, I'm sorry. Lay down, buddy. So we do actually still have our house back in Saskatchewan, and I freaking love our house back there. We probably will keep that house, to be honest, and then maybe just have like a spot to go back like home to in the future. So right now we moved across the country in, what was it, July 2019. So we've been here for just over a year now. And yeah, he went back to school. So he's going to school at the college here in the city that we live in. And he's taking a program to become basically a power engineer working in the chemical plants. And yeah, he's an operator. So he likes it. He's working a co-op right now, and it's pretty nice. So we're pretty lucky that things are kind of working out, I guess you could say. If it weren't for COVID, things would be like perfect, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so that's kind of why we moved across the country. It was crazy. Hardest time of my life. The hardest time of my life. Who makes your bed? I think that's funny. I do, majority of the time. So when my husband was off for a really long time there, it would be like whoever got up first would like not make the bed, and so I always slept in, so I always had to make the bed, but whatever. Now my husband works shift work and I do majority of our cleaning. When on his days off, he really helps out. He's amazing, but I make our bed. What's your favorite food? So pierogies for sure. I am like a pierogi snob. I freaking love pierogies. My favorite candle scent. Or do you even like candles? That's so funny. I love candles. I know they're horrible for you. It's like the thing going around, but I would say my favorite candle scent would probably be like vanilla. I love vanilla. And I use Scentsy. I know everyone's gonna be like, it's so bad for you. And I know, but I have a lot of it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. What do you recommend for self-care? Oh, baths. I'm a bath queen. Every single Sunday I have like a 2 to 3 hour long bath, and it's just my life. It is so awesome. But I think like whatever relaxes you. So I think everybody's different. I think it's important to just take care of yourself. I think another form of self-care for me personally, and I am not a reader, you guys, but reading self-help books. When I was going through my postpartum depression, self-help books are what actually like kind of got me through that. So there's this one book, oh my gosh, what was it called? Like 30 Days to a Joy-Filled Life or something like that. I'll have it linked in the description, but it was an amazing book that really helped me to like figure out what was like, you know, making me mad. I was getting mad. I didn't just have like postpartum depression. I also had postpartum rage, maybe a little bit of postpartum anxiety. Like I was like a hot mess freaking express, ready to explode. And so I was dealing with a lot emotionally, mentally, like everything. And so that book, I'll like never forget it. I refer it to every single like mom that I know who's going through postpartum depression, because like I don't know if it necessarily, it made me feel better. So did it help me? Maybe. I don't really know, but I think it helped me because I felt good writing in it, and I felt good just getting like my thoughts to paper. And so writing it out, maybe journaling might be something, but that book really helped me. Self-care, I think, reading, I think, bathing or doing something that just relaxes you. Like I like to scroll through Pinterest. To me, that's relaxing. It's not necessarily self-care. Obviously, if you can go to a spa, like get your nails done, your hair done, all that kind of fun stuff, but that adds up. And so that's not like an everyday or an every week, in my opinion, expense. I used to get my nails done. I totally cut that out. Like I don't really do a whole lot except for like washing my face. I take really good care of my skin at home, like using home products. You all know I use Mary Kay. So like I do believe in that. And sometimes you can just mask at home, and sometimes you can just take care of your skin at home. And I know for me personally, when I wash my face morning and evening, I feel a whole heck of a lot better about myself. What hair product brand do you use? So I use currently the, oh man, what is it called? It's by the brand Fanola. I'll have my shampoo and conditioner linked in the description bar as well, but it's by Fanola. It's a purple shampoo. It's freaking amazing. And then I use the Moroccan oil conditioner, but I'm going to be trying something new here coming up. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Okay guys, this is like a really long video, so I'm going to stop there. If you have any other questions, or if there's any questions that I didn't get to answer, I apologize about that, but this is a really long Q&A. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in my next video. Bye.